doesn't come from your worst enemy. It comes from the one person closest to you in your innermost circle, the love of your life partner, the father or mother of your children, your best friend, your soulmate, the one you trusted completely, without any reservations, without any need to protect yourself, without having any defenses up. I'm talking about intimate partner betrayal. Whether it's infidelity with an affair, prostitution, pornography, whatever, it's a devastating emotional and psychological trauma. I'm Sinta Ebersohn, a post-traumatic growth specialist. Not only do I have lived experience of this in my own life, I've seen countless times how women's and men's lives are wrecked by the far-reaching effects of betrayal by their intimate partners or spouses. You can learn more about me and the work that I do at sintaebersohn.co.za. And you can join my Get Up and Grow online community, where I talk at length about the various adversities and traumatic experiences we all face in this world and how to triumph over them at getupandgrow.co.za. Why is intimate partner betrayal so traumatic? When your partner or significant other betrays your mutual trust relationship, it affects so many areas of your life adversely. You see, emotionally, you have shared memories, goals, and dreams that form the foundation of your connection. You have intertwining thoughts and feelings and emotions. You have a bond that's been built on trust and mutual understanding. And you are fully invested. You've shared your past, you've shared your dreams for the future, and you've shown unwavering support because you're all into this relationship or this marriage or this partnership. But with betrayal, it's a rejection of who you are and what you hold dear. Your partner is prioritizing their desires over your emotional investment that you've made. And your heart is undervalued and actually abandoned, despite your unwavering commitment and love. You ask yourself, what was real? Was anything real? Was it all a lie? Spiritually, it really touches the core of who you are. Your spirituality defines your morals and shapes your essence. Your spirit serves as a guiding force within your relationships. But with betrayal, it's a blatant disregard for your deeply held beliefs and the essence of your spirit. It's a profound, profound wound that cuts to the soul. And it challenges your understanding of yourself and of your value in that relationship. And socially, betrayal is all about how you as a couple is perceived in the broader social sphere. So betrayal triggers a profound questioning of how others view you. You have an internal fear of others knowing about the betrayal. You're always constantly wondering who knew about it. Why didn't anyone tell me? You're constantly questioning, and you have self-doubt in social interactions. And of course, there's a scrutiny in various social circles from your friends, your family, your colleagues and acquaintances. People scrutinize you now that they know. And if they don't know, you and yourself feel as if everybody is scrutinizing you. And that's the impact of the betrayal on you. You end up avoiding places and people that evoke painful reminders of this betrayal because it fractures the whole social unit. Suddenly you are vulnerable and you are forced to navigate social environments on your own, alone, without the support and the protection of your partner. Betrayal has a tangible physical impact on us as well, because our emotional and relational turmoil shows up in our bodies. Our physical well-being is deeply affected. As we all know, trauma sits in our bodies, it's not just something that happens in the mind. Our bodies respond to the shock and the threat and the danger, and we carry that along with us. And as the truth unfolds, your body keeps on responding. Normally with betrayal like this, the truth is never revealed all at once. Sadly, we end up getting bits and pieces of the truth over a prolonged period. And every time your body goes into a state of shock, every time there's a trauma response to it, we end up with coping mechanisms such as either starvation or overeating. We turn into hypervigilant beings. Some of us want to obsessively control things. There are so many. And the results are just as many. We can either lose weight or gain weight. Hypervigilance is absolutely exhausting. And of course, it damages your self-image. It's crucial to recognize and address these physical manifestations of betrayal. Very, very important. Let me talk about the sexual impact, or the impact on our sexuality. Because infidelity violates the sanctity of the intimacy that is shared between partners. It shatters all boundaries and it inflicts profound trauma. Those who perceive sex as sacred, they react by either becoming hypersexual or asexual or even numbing. There are so many ways that we can react. There's also loss of trust in your partner as the source of intimacy with betrayal. And betrayal erodes our perception of the sexual beauty that existed within the relationship. It actually becomes revolting for some people because you're grappling with a profound internal conflict when you've been betrayed by your intimate partner. You might not believe this, but there's also a financial impact because your stability and your well-being from a financial point of view is also affected when you are betrayed by your intimate partner. Because you have jointly shared resources and assets like bank accounts and businesses, retirement funds, all those things are affected when you've been betrayed. Think about overspending or dishonesty about expenses when there's an affair, and costs in terms of money and time and resources. All those things are impacting both your present and your future financial stability. Can you see how that works? And even sometimes this betrayal can result in the loss of your job or your career or your professional reputation, just to name a few. You know, betrayal puts a long-lasting economic strain on individuals and their families because of the far-reaching impact that it has. And then there are other aspects of betrayal, such as your parenting. When coercing children into hiding the truth or keeping secrets, that's a betrayal of your partner. When you're allowing certain behavior by your children that you know your partner don't agree with, you're betraying them. If you're triangulating your children, let's say you're involving them in the adult conflict, or you're asking them to take sides, or using them to convey messages, you're betraying your partner. And this is really detrimental to everyone in the family, not just the parents, but it really has far-reaching effects on the children's well-being. And worst of all, if you have to co-parent with this person who betrayed you after you've separated and gotten divorced, that in itself can be re-traumatizing on a continuous basis, because having to face this person, having to co-parent with this person that you can no longer trust, that has betrayed you, that has hurt you, has literally pulled the carpet right out from under you, this person who's the cause of all the insecurity and anxiety and fear that you have, this can really be re-traumatizing. And there's no end to that, which makes it horrifying, to be honest. There are other things like responsibilities, for example. If you can't trust them to keep their word, to take care of whatever they're responsible for, or you can't rely on them to do their part, to pull their weight, to keep their commitment, to do their duties. That's all part of the betrayal that is happening. And with your extended family, when they are bad-mouthing you with your family or campaigning, convincing your family to take their side in the dispute, or they're not respecting and honoring your relationship with your family. They're betraying you. You see, most of all, you lose all trust that you had in yourself, in your own instincts. You've now lost the trust that you had or you thought you had with your intimate partner. But you asking yourself, how could I not see this? Am I a fool? You know the expression that says always the last to know? It haunts you. You lose trust in yourself, in your own judgment, in your own ability to recognize the truth and lies. All of that is lost to you. It's huge. It's huge. Now, intimate partner betrayal causes a spiritual and emotional shutdown and many, many symptoms that are like and similar to PTSD symptoms, such as flashbacks, nightmares, intrusive thoughts, dreams, a fear to go out, shutting down, anxiety, depression, mood swings, an inability to focus, hypervigilance. There are so many of these symptoms, and they're just like PTSD. Dr. Doug Weiss, who's a world expert on intimate partner betrayal, says it's like being hit by a truck, but there's no blood anywhere. The impact of intimate partner betrayal is profound. You know, research shows that women are affected 2.6 times greater than men, just because we got wired differently. Your spirit is affected because you're dealing with disbelief, broken trust, the safety and the security of the relationship is lost forever. You lost your past because what and who you thought they were never existed. Your narrative is also destroyed because your life story with this person was not real. Your present is messed up because no, you don't know what the hell to do, which way to go. You're confused. You're stuck with a whole lot of what ifs. You have questions going on in your mind like never before. Why? Is this the first time? How long has it been going on? Is it love? Do you still love me? It carries on forever. There's no end to it. So not only is your past lost and your present is destroyed, your future is also lost because what you thought and planned for your future is now gone. What will happen if you leave or stay? Do the kids know? Should they know? Will they turn out the same way as this partner of yours? It's so confusing. It's so uncertain. You've lost your future as well. And I'm not trying to be dramatic here. This is true for myself and for each and every person that I have supported and guided through intimate partner betrayal. Believe me. You see, because your brain operates differently. Because of the trauma, you go into a fight or flight or a freeze response. You're no longer balanced. Okay, you get stuck in this situation. And you have symptoms like restlessness, anxiety, hypervigilance, like I mentioned before. You can't sleep. You ruminate over and over, trying to get the facts straight. You are in a state of dysregulation. Your reasoning, your problem solving, and your decision-making ability is impaired. Every task feels challenging. Your emotions are out of control. They're all over the place, and you might be doing things you've never done before. You're literally on a roller coaster. You're dealing with feelings of disillusionment, shock, fear, self-doubt, confusion, deep sadness, grief, maybe even guilt or shame. Maybe you're blaming yourself. Maybe you're regretting some things. Maybe you're resenting your partner, and you can even feel rage. Your coping skills are limited simply because you're overwhelmed. This is an overwhelming experience. And your capacity to function and to continue operating under daily stress is greatly diminish. Sometimes the fight to save your marriage takes over everything else. But there's also loss and grief. And let me explain. Because you've lost the trust, the sense of safety that you thought you had in the relationship, your confidence, you've lost your best friend, your loyal partner, or your lover. Maybe he or she was your confidant. Lost your co-parent that you could trust and rely on. You've also lost your family unit and your structure. It's all gone. Everything has changed. You are dealing with tremendous losses that you have to mourn. But most of all, there's a loss of self. You've lost your innocence. You've lost your identity and your role. You might have lost your reputation. And you've lost the privilege of being seen and heard in an intimate relationship. What happens is that you're feeling confused, worthless, and powerless. But I want you to know that it's not your fault. You do not deserve this. Your cheating partner might shift the blame onto you like they so often do. They'll say things like, if you weren't such a bitch, I wasn't getting enough sex at home. Boy, I hear that quite a lot. It's impossible to live with you. I wasn't happy. Or you're always busy with the kids. You're always working. I've heard them all. But let me tell you, you did not cause this. Please stop blaming yourself. And do not allow your partner to blame you. Somebody said, even though this was done to you, it's not about you. Please remember that. The situation and the circumstances have been forced upon you by your deceiving partner, and you have every right to be angry. And I need to take a moment to talk about the truth. In a betrayal, we often feel desperate for the truth. We want to know everything. But all of a sudden, you can't believe anything they say or do. And every time more information or bits of truth comes out, you are re-traumatized all over. So it's very difficult. On the one hand, we need to and want to know the truth. And on the other hand, it's traumatizing to discover the truth. So first of all, I want to say you deserve to know the truth. Of course you do. But I want to give you a fair warning. There's a difference between knowing the truth and knowing the details. The truth means, yes, there was an affair. Maybe it was over this period. It was not paid for or paid for. And yes, you know them, or no, you don't know them. The truth entails facts, not faces. The details, such as she looks like this, let's say she's blonde, or we met at that place, this restaurant, or this hotel, or it happened so many times, or it's been going on for so long, or so-and-so also knows about it. Those details are dangerous. They're very, very dangerous because they can create multiple triggers for you that can last for years. For example, if your husband cheated on you with a blonde woman, it might very well be that every time you see a blonde woman that looks remotely like that woman, you will be triggered. If, for example, a friend of a friend knew about the affair and didn't tell you anything, every time you see that person or that person's name comes up, you might be triggered. And every time you are triggered, or let's say every time you drive past that hotel or that restaurant, you're going to be triggered. And every time you are triggered, you're being re-traumatized. So details are dangerous, okay? Find the facts and let the rest go. And I need to tell you something from my experience. All the people that I've worked through who have experienced intimate partner betrayal, you will never know the whole truth and nothing but the truth. People will keep lying till the very end to protect themselves and to protect the people that they cheated with. They will lie to salvage their reputation. They will lie to avoid disappointing you. and they will lie till the very end to minimize the extent of the trouble they are in. That's just human. That's something we will all do. So find the facts and please let the rest go. I also want to tell you that your thoughts and your feelings are a natural response to the immense trauma of betrayal. You have every right to feel everything you're feeling and also to express it, as long as it's not harmful to anyone else or degrading you any further. But it's not your responsibility to help your partner fix or repair the damage. It's not your responsibility to help your partner heal. You cannot do their work for them. You can only do your own work. It's not your responsibility. You don't have to give a second, third, or fourth chance. And you definitely do not owe your partner anything. If betrayal is chronic, you certainly don't have to tolerate it. But I will tell you what is your responsibility: to heal, validate your pain, get help, do the work, honor yourself, and love yourself. Please reach out to me if you need help. I'm Sinta Ebersohn, and I invite you and your family to get up and grow with me.